Hi. Let me know if I am audible here, visible. Then we can start with the Libra Ascendant people and how their life goes. So let me know if I am audible or visible and visible. Both. So I had a call in the morning, but it ended very quickly. Person didn't have much questions, so I was hoping that it will continue for 2-3 hours, but it ended in 1 hour. So I thought of making good use of the time of having this Libra Ascendant session. So let's start. Let people join, and anyways, they can watch it later also if they are busy in their weekends. I can understand. So Libra Ascendant people, it is the 7th sign. Libra is the natural 7th sign, has the energy of 7th house, and it is now becoming your ascendant, your 1st house. Libra is sign of relationship, it is sign of merchants, it is sign of business, it is sign of almost everything that is represented by the 7th house of other people, masses, business, marketplace, relationship, marriage, spouse, partner. All these things are represented by 7th house. So this energy is now coming into the 1st house. First of all, it shows a person who cannot live without a relationship. If they are not in a relationship, they may feel empty. Okay, they may feel incomplete. It is very necessary for a Libra ascendant person to be in relationship. They feel complete only when they are in relationship. They seek companionship throughout. Then the thing is that if we see closely, then Libra ascendant people, Libra is basically sign of just a second, lots of questions. Okay. I will reply to questions later. I will first explain the Libra ascendant people and how their life goes. Then I will take all the questions. So Libra is the sign of balance, and it is generic feeling that Libra ascendant people live a very balanced life because it is sign of balance. But actually it is opposite. Their life is actually imbalanced, and it is kind of their duty to make it balanced. Now, why their life is imbalanced? For the basic reason, if we see Libra ascendant chart closely, then every sign is falling in the opposite house. Okay, Aries, first house is the basic sign of Aries. Okay, first house has all the energy of the Aries sign, and sign falling there is Libra, which is directly opposite to Aries. So Libra is becoming your first house. It is conflicting energy. Likewise, second house is Scorpio. It is natural house of Taurus, and Scorpio is falling there, which is exactly opposite to the Taurus. Likewise, every house has the conflicting energy. The third house is the natural sign house of Gemini. The sign falling there is Sagittarius. Ninth house is the natural sign of Sagittarius, natural house of Sagittarius sign. Sign falling there is Gemini. Fourth house is mother's house, but sign falling there is Capricorn, which is a natural 10th house. 10th house is the house of father, but the sign falling there is the Cancer sign, which is sign of mother. So the whole chart is actually uh, an indication of conflicting energy throughout. Okay, so this is what the main problem is, that they approach every house through its conflicting energy. That's why so much of imbalance in their life. First house, they should be all about themselves. Aries, natural Aries ascendant, natural Aries sign falling in the first house, right? So it is all about individuality. It is all about their ego. But sign falling there is Libra, which is sign of relationship. So they try to find their individuality or ego through their relationship. Okay. Likewise, in every house, they approach that things related to that house in a conflicting way. So that's why it is a very imbalanced life they live, and it is their kind of duty in this life to make it balanced. Okay, so with this prelude, just let's start with the Libra Ascendant chart. As I said, that Ascendant represents first house of self, of life path, of your overall life. And the sign falling there is Libra. So they realize themselves, their own individuality through their relationship. It is, as I said, it is very important for a Libra Ascendant person to have to have a relationship. Without relationship, they can feel empty. They can feel meaningless. So it is very important for a Libra Ascendant person to have a relationship. Second thing, it shows a life path of a businessman, of a merchant. First house is life path. Libra is sign of business and merchants. So they can be a very good businessman. They can be very successful in business or as a merchant. It is also showing a life path related with diplomacy, of counseling people or coming to the peace, because Libra is sign of peace. It is sign of diplomacy. So they can follow a life path related with diplomacy, or they can be relationship counselors. As a Libra is sign of relationship and it is a sign of diplomacy, they can be very good at relationship counseling. Then second house has Scorpio sign. It shows Scorpio is sign of secrecy. Second house is family and wealth. They can be very secretive about their family environment. You may never know what actually is going on in their family. They may be very secretive about it. Plus, they may be secretive about their wealth. You may never know how wealthy they are. Okay, they may show to the other world, to the outer world, that they are not that wealthy, but reality is something, can be something different. But it also shows someone who can earn a lot of wealth through any research oriented subject or occult mysticism. Any practice of occult, any practice of mystic world can earn them lot of wealth. But overall, it is a very secretive family environment. They may look very nice in front of others as a family, but inside their home, nobody knows what is going on. Third house, Sagittarius. Third house is the house of communications. It is house of collection of information. It is house of what you like to talk about. Sagittarius is the sign of higher education, learning, preaching, teaching, religious teachings. So they will always like to talk about all the higher learning matters, means about different religions, different cultures, philosophies, literatures. So all these things can be part of their communication. whenever they talk, it can be kind of very preachy. They can be very preachy by nature while talking about anything. Okay, others may feel that they are very preachy type of. Their communication will 90% times will be of different religions, different cultures, and different philosophies, or different spiritual values or beliefs. All these matters. Then fourth house is Capricorn sign. Capricorn, as I said, is the natural 10th house sign. So it has energy of father. So it shows that their mother is more father-like, and mother takes more responsibility as a father. It shows if they want to make their own home, they may have to work really hard for that, because Saturn rules Capricorn. Home, real estate, all these things become very tough for them, and actual results will only be in the 30s. Then it shows a kind of hard relation, tough relation with the mother. Mother may be very strict because she had to take over the responsibility of father also. So she has to be very strict, right? Then fifth house has Aquarius sign. Fifth house is your creativity, fifth house is your education, and Aquarius is sign of serving humanity, serving a higher cause. So through their education, through their creative skills, they can serve a higher cause. They can be very eccentric when it comes to love relationship, love romance. They may be very much, they can be in very much about children, but their childbirth can be delayed because fifth house has the Aquarius sign, and Aquarius is sign of sign ruled by Saturn, that represents delay. So their childbirth can be delayed, but it is never denied. Okay, just because of this Aquarius falling in the fifth house. Second, it is house of education, and Aquarius is sign of technology, new age technology. So they can go into the technical field of education. They can go into the scientific field of education. This is what we can see from their fifth house and Aquarius falling there. Then sixth house is Pisces sign. Sixth house deals with obstacles, conflicts, disputes, and litigations, health issues. And Pisces sign is falling there. Pisces is the sign of spirituality. Again, a conflicting energy. Pisces is natural 12th house. So it is falling into the sixth house. It shows that they deal with their opponents, they deal with their enemies in a very spiritual way. It means they will try to negotiate their disputes in a very wise way. They may not jump into any fight, they may not jump into any conflict directly, but they will always try to find it a very amicable situation based on wisdom and knowledge. Okay, and this is the way they will like to resolve the conflicts of others also. If there are other family members or other people who are asking their help in some conflict, they will always try to find an amicable way through their wisdom and knowledge, rather than just going all out for fighting. It is a Jupiter energy. Pisces is the sign ruled by Jupiter. So they will try their best to find a wisdom-filled solution rather than a fighting. Okay. Seventh house is Aries sign. Aries is ruled by Mars. So their partner, their relationship partner or spouse can be very aggressive by nature. Can have all the traits and characteristics of Mars. Okay, as a soldier. Now it depends on Mars condition how good or bad the married life will be. But the relationship they will approach relationship, or their partner will be much like an aggressive or individualistic person. So that's where they will find a difficulty, because Libra themselves are all about relationship, but the partner they will find is all about being individual, being on own. So this is the relationship conflict they have to deal with. Then it is also shows that whenever they are going into business, they should do it on their own. They should not look for any partnership, because Aries is the sign of individuality, your own uniqueness. So they will have better gains in business if they are doing business on their own. Then eighth house is Taurus sign. Taurus is the sign of wealth and assets. Eighth house is the house of serving other people. It is also a house of occult mysticism and all research oriented subjects. So again, an indication that they can get lots of wealth through research oriented work. Any work which involves lots of research and service to other people, providing direct service to other people. It is not about working in a company or working in a job environment, but it is directly providing services to other people, just like I am doing. Okay, just like I do what in my daily work life, that I provide services to other people. So they can gain lots of wealth through providing services to other people. And it also shows wealth from inheritance and in-laws, family marriage benefits. Then we come to the ninth house and Gemini sign. Again, the same conflict. Third house is Sagittarius sign and ninth house is Gemini sign. Exchange of signs. Sagittarius is ideally in the ninth house sign and Gemini is ideally the third house sign. So it again shows that they would love to travel a lot and meet people of different culture. They would love to talk about, communicate about different culture, different religion, different philosophies, literature. They will be very guru-like in their way of talking. They can be very preachy. They can be a very good counselor and teacher. So this is one thing they should keep in their mind. They can be very much inclined towards higher learning, and it can be a way of making their own career. Then we come to the 10th house, which has Cancer sign. Cancer is the sign of emotions, and 10th house is the sign of house of career. So it shows that they are very they will prosper in their career only when they are able to connect with other people emotionally. They should be in such career where they can get an opportunity to directly connect with other people, directly connect with the public, and that connection should be based on emotions and taking care of others. Because Cancer represents all these things. So normally either they can be healer, and now it can be whenever Moon or Cancer is involved, there are 2-3 areas generally. First is healing, medical or spiritual, any kind of healing. Okay. Second thing is teaching. Third thing can be restaurant or hotel-like business. Because in all these 3 types of careers, you need to connect with other people and you need to serve other people, right? So normally they are seen in this type of work environment where they are dealing with either medical healing or spiritual healing or any kind of counseling work, teaching work, or in serving people directly, hospitality or something like that. So this is what their career is like. Now the 4th house of Mother is ruled by has Capricorn sign, which is the sign of father. 10th house of father has Cancer sign, which is sign of mother. So it shows that a person who has mother who is very much father-like and father who is very much mother-like. Some Libra ascendants are joining. Fine. So second thing is that now we come to the 11th house of serving a higher cause, rewards and recognition, income gains, and serving humanity. And sign falling there is Leo. Leo is the sign of authority. So they can be serving in government, and they can be having the income and gains from government. First thing, they can be in a very authoritative position in their life. Wherever they are working, they can be very authoritative, and that makes them earn their income. But the the highest significance of 11th house is serving humanity. Whenever they are attached with some work where they directly serve humanity, where they directly serve a higher cause, where they kind of deal with people and take up a higher cause upon themselves and serve that cause, that's when they will get the best authority in their life. That's when they will get the best happiness in their life, because Leo is sign which represents authority and happiness both. It is that's when they will feel complete or fulfilled whenever they take some higher cause in their own hand and they fulfill their higher cause. That higher cause is nothing but your purpose of life, whatever you are born for. Now the 12th house has Virgo sign. Again, it is a sign of analysis and being critical and seeking perfection. 12th house is the sign house of foreign lands or spirituality. So they can be having very analytical approach towards spiritual beliefs. Okay, they can be very analytical about, okay, what is your spiritual belief, on what it is founded, what is my spiritual belief, on what basis I am saying this. Now who is correct? They may be analyzing it, they may be criticizing it. So it is all part of Virgo thing. They want to be very analytical in different spiritual beliefs, different spiritual values, and what other people are following means, or what they are following. They will analyze many different cultures, many different philosophies in matters of spirituality, and they will analyze a lot to know which is the correct one. Okay. So this is what Libra ascendant persons houses look like. Means, as I said, they are very relationship centric, because Libra is sign of relationship. It is very important for them to be in a meaningful relationship. If they are not in relationship, they may not feel fulfilled. Plus, they can do lots of good work if they are in business, because Libra is sign of merchants. If they can own their own business, then they can do lots of great things in this world. Again, it is kind of their duty to balance things out in this imbalanced chart. Libra, as I said, as I also told the reason why it is so imbalanced, that every house has a conflicting sign. First house is natural Aries, and sign falling there is Libra, which is conflicting to Aries. So somehow they need to balance out this situation. Now, if we take planet wise, ruler wise, Libra is ruled by Venus. Venus also rules their 8th house. It directly connects first house with 8th house. That means their life path is directly connected with the 8th house related things. That is sudden events, instabilities, and changes in life. Their life path can be constantly changing. They can see lots of changes in their life path They can see lots of changes in their relationship matters. They can see lots of changes in their career also. Okay, so and it is also a house of serving other people. So it shows kind of life path towards service to other people, towards providing services to other people. They can be very successful in that. But it again shows a life path of instability. It again shows very unstable life path, very imbalanced life path, which they need to make it stable or balanced. Second house of wealth has Scorpio sign. It is ruled by Mars. Mars also rules their seventh house of business with Aries. It directly connects their wealth with business. They will get their best wealth of life only through their business. They cannot get that wealth through their jobs. Okay. Once they enter into a business, they will realize that they are earning far more than what they were earning through jobs. Okay. So this is also what is seen from Mars ruling their second house and the seventh house. But it also shows that there can be kind of aggressive environment in their family or in their relationship, because Mars is all about aggression. At the same time, it shows they can be very protective by nature of their family environment. Means whatever family they have, they will be like a guard or protector towards them. Third house ruler is Jupiter with Sagittarius sign, and Jupiter also rules their sixth house with Pisces sign. So it shows that their communication is more about resolving the conflicts and obstacles of other people. Their communications is more about dealing with the health matters or conflicts of other people. Their own conflicts also. It can be that their whole effort, because third house is your effort. Your whole effort can be going into the field of dealing with conflicts and obstacles of your life. If your life is not going well, then most of the time you are dealing with those conflicts and obstacles. But it also shows, because Jupiter is knowledge and wisdom, it also shows someone who can help others in their conflicts and obstacles through his wisdom and knowledge, through his business, because third house is also business. It is connecting third and sixth. So your business can be all about counseling other people and helping other people in their obstacles and conflicts. Then we come to the next house, that is Saturn ruling their fourth house and Saturn ruling their fifth house. Fourth house is mother, fifth house is love. They can be very much attached with their mother. They can find a real peace or real connection with their mother. But mother life can herself be a troublesome, because Saturn is ruling, and they may have to live away from their mother. Understand that when we are away from someone or when we are away from some place, then we feel more connection, right? If someone is in love, or if someone is married and they have to go away from their partner, then in those days of being away, they feel the more connection of being with partner, right? Desire of being with partner. So that is what happens, because Saturn rules their fourth house. It can make them stay away from their mother, and that's what makes them feel the connection towards their mother. It also shows that they can feel peace of mind through teaching others, through gaining more and more education. More education they get, the more peaceful they will feel. The more they teach others or counsel others, the more peaceful they will feel. The more they are involved with children, the more peaceful they will feel. So this is the Saturn combination with their fourth house and the fifth house. Okay. Then we come to Gemini in the ninth house. Mercury rules the ninth house, and Mercury also rules the 12th house with the Virgo sign. It again shows someone who is very much inclined towards collecting more and more information about higher knowledge, higher learning, religion, religious practices, or spiritual practices. They may love to travel a lot. They may love to travel as much as they can. Okay, there is no boundary in their traveling. They will love to communicate with people of different culture. Their business can be related with higher education. Their business can be related with dealing with foreigners, foreign people. So they can be doing all these things in their career, and it can be their interest because Mercury is our interest. It can be their interest to deal with people of different culture, different philosophies, literature, and collect more and more information. As I said, there is no limitation for them in traveling. They may love to travel the whole world, and there is no limitation for them in learning more and more. They can read throughout their life. Okay. Then we come to the 10th house of Cancer sign, which I almost covered. That it is a sign of emotionally connecting with other people. It is sign of taking care of other people, and it is falling into the 10th house of career. So their career should be more about taking care of others, and nourishing others, having a emotional connection with them. So normally they are seen in medical field, or any kind of counseling or healing field, or teaching, or hospitality. So these are the main careers, but mostly I have seen them in medical field or any kind of healing. Okay. Then 11th house is the house of rewards and recognitions. It is house of your income, and Leo sign is falling there. So again, they will get their rewards and recognition. They will get their income from an authoritative position in life. They whenever they are serving other people with a higher cost, they will get the authority. It is kind of repetition now with Cancer and Leo, because they rule only one sign, Sun and Moon. So it is not connecting anywhere. But overall, the Libra Ascendant people, it is a very imbalanced life. It is a life of lots of sudden events and changes. But it is their duty, it is their karmic duty in this life to make it balanced one. It is a nice sign actually. I know lots of people with Libra Ascendant people, and I'm very good friends with almost all of them. So it is more because I'm a Scorpio Ascendant, and they are Libra. So I'm Mars ruled and they are Venus ruled, and Mars and Venus are neutral towards each other. So it is a good combination of Scorpio and Libra to be a good friends. So basically, they are nice people. Means they are very diplomatic. They are very balanced in their approach, and that's what they need to have throughout their life to make their life very balanced. So now question: Libra, Scorpio, Anuradha, Saturn, Venus, Mars, and Leo. Saturn is the Dharakaraka at the verge of divorce, and it was arranged at the age of 30. Possibility of love marriage and chances of success. I told again and again, time and again, that the marriage is not very much connected with astrology. Marriage, I can tell about relationship, whether it can be converted into marriage or not. It depends on lots of factors. Now, it also depends on what kind of dasha you are going through. If dashas are supporting relationship or not. I can tell from the transits right now. Jupiter is in Libra and Saturn is in Sagittarius. So Libra, Saturn and Jupiter both are aspecting the 5th house in Libra, Libra ascendant chart. So yeah, in Venus Dasha and Jupiter and Saturn aspecting 5th house, it is very much your relationship time. You can get into relationship in this year 2018, but will that relationships convert into marriage is a completely different thing. Will that marriage sustain depends on both the charts, on your social conditions. So that's why marriage is kind of tough thing. uh, I can tell about relationship, but will it be converted into marriage? Then it will be a successful marriage or not? It depends on lots of things. So yeah, you can have a relationship this year. At least you will meet someone whom you may like during this year. Let's see. Let's hope it works out for you. Why problems? Problems are in every relationship. Problems are in every marriage. Nobody knows better than me. I deal with problems of relationship matters every day. So, and I will cover why problems. Libra, Lagna, Saturn, and Moon in conjunction with what about its Saturn Moon conjunction in Sagittarius. First of all, Saturn is in 3rd house, so person has to do his own business. Moon and Saturn both are in sign of higher education, so they may be inclined towards uh, having a business related with higher education, where they teach or preach people. Okay, so they can be into that kind of business. So now if we see, Moon also rules their 10th house, and Saturn rules 4th and 5th, right? So they can be into business of education related, teaching, counseling, preaching, anything related with higher education, and counseling others, guiding others. That can be helpful. But for career matters, lots of things get involved, like your Atmakarka, Amatyakarka, 10th house lord, 2nd house lord, 11th house lord, Bhrigu Bindu. There are at least 7 or 8 steps to find the right career. Okay, so this is just one thing I am seeing, and I am telling based on that. There are other 7, 8 things. Now, is it because of conjunction? No, it is. See, relationship is troublesome because of the basic nature. Okay, every chart, 7th house of every chart is ruled by a planet which is a conflicting energy. Okay, now take this chart, for instance, Libra Ascendant. They are all about relationship. It is ruled by Venus, peaceful Venus. Okay, and the sign that is falling in the 7th house is Aries. It is ruled by Mars. Mars and Venus are conflicting energies. Venus is peaceful, Mars is aggressive. So that's why in every chart, in any ascendant chart, you see the 7th house is always ruled by either conflicting energy planet, or it is ruled by some planet which is enemy to the ascendant. Like we talked about Cancer and Leo ascendant people. It is the toughest relationship chart for them. Because the ascendant is ruled by Sun and Moon, and the 7th house is ruled by Saturn in both the charts. So they have the toughest relationship life. So it is that's why Saturn. That's why relationship is troublesome for everyone. It is not that it is for X person, Y person. It is the basic nature of the things that every ascendant has the 7th house, which is ruled by a conflicting energy. Now we are not even taking the dashas our interpretations. We are not even taking the planets in the sixth house. I have an article of planetary positions of difficult relations. Okay, if you just see that, I will try to post the link. If you just see that, there are at least 20 to 25 planetary positions at least. Okay, and there will be hundreds more, but at least these 20 to 25 planetary positions which can easily spoil someone's married life, someone's relationship. And every chart has those planetary positions. No one can say that I don't have this 25 any of these 25 planetary positions. So relationship is difficult for everyone. Okay, it is not you, it is not me, it is just one of the aspect we are looking at, that he has this much of conjunction. Whether it will be now, that conjunction is one of the part. There can be different reasons also, like this Saturn, Venus, Mars in the 11th house. Now, if Venus is in between Saturn and Mars, or understand it like this. Suppose Saturn is at 10 degree, Mars is at 20 degree, and Venus is at 15 degree. Now, if Venus is in between Mars and Saturn, it is almost a Pap Kartri Yoga. Venus is almost gone. Okay. Saturn is with Venus, which is Karaka of relationship. Saturn is with Mars, which is your seventh lord. So, in both the cases, Saturn is impacting the marriage. Okay, Saturn is making the life troublesome. Saturn matures after 35 years of age. Saturn matures doesn't mean that it becomes very rosy type of. It just means that a person gets maturity of dealing with obstacles, conflicts. That's it. It doesn't mean that it will be all benefic after that. Okay. So Saturn is impacting the relationship of this person quite heavily, because it is conjunct Venus and it is conjunct Mars. Saturn Mars is a war zone. So there is a definite stress, definite struggle in relationship. But that is what we are here to serve. We have all have our destinies, and that's what we are here to deal with in relationship matters especially. There is a reason why that person came into your life, right? Whomsoever I meet and whomsoever I deal with, okay, as a partner or as anything. Suppose I get married, or suppose I get into a relationship. There is a reason why I am attracting that person in my life. Okay, that person has something to do with me. Okay, I have something to do with you all asking these questions, and I'm replying. Okay, we have this karmic connection. Maybe in my past life, you people have guided me. Now I am just returning the favor. So we all are here to pay back our dues to different people, and that is what we are supposed to do. Saturn being Dharakarka again is a troublesome situation, because if you just read the chart of Elizabeth Taylor I did, so you will get the better idea about it. Saturn being the Dharakaraka, Saturn is the most malefic planet, and it is Dharakaraka of person. So it shows some real troubles in married life, especially if the person marries before 35. Saturn matures at 35, right? So 35 is the normal age with Saturn, whenever Saturn is impacting relationship. I'm sorry to say, but it is true. Then Saturn Moon Venus conjunction in Sagittarius aspected by Jupiter. It is same thing, right? Saturn Moon Venus conjunction. It is all about higher education, but as Saturn is involved, things will only progress after 30. Before 30, it is all about hard work. In business, in relationship, I don't know. Venus is Dharakarka. again it is a troublesome situation. Saturn is conjunct Venus. It is your Dhara Karka. So it shows some stress in relationship. It shows some accommodation, adjustment. Both parties need to do with each other when they are in relationship. Uh, I would suggest that if person gets married after the completion of Saturn return, then it will be better for the person. Okay, so when Saturn crosses over Sagittarius, and then if person gets married, then it is a better situation rather than getting married any earlier or even now when Saturn is in Sagittarius. So they should wait for having a meaningful relationship when Saturn enters into Capricorn. Moon Dhara Karka, what about it? Same thing. Saturn is involved means same thing. Wherever Saturn is the similar energy anywhere, everywhere. It doesn't know anything related to doing any favor to anyone. Okay, Saturn is equality in total sense. In any house, in any sign, in any conjunction with any planet, it only knows one thing, that is to bring hardship and bring troubles so that we can overpower those troubles so that we can realize our true potential. Understand, Jupiter is also teacher, Saturn is also a teacher, but Saturn just has a stick in his hand. Saturn wants to know whether we have learned our lessons or not. Okay, so this is what Saturn in relationship matters. Okay, understand one thing, in relationship matters. First of all, relationship is difficult. Saturn or no Saturn, relationship is difficult. But if Saturn is also involved, then it is highly difficult. Then it is a very hard struggle in relationship. So this is something which we all need to realize. Okay, even I have Saturn in 10th house and aspecting my 7th house. So relationship is a trouble. Whenever Saturn is aspecting 7th house, 7th lord, or 7th your Dhara Karaka conjunct these things, it is almost a lifelong struggle with the relationship. So this is something which we need to realize and understand it rather than being in conflict with it. We can't do anything about it. We can't move Saturn out of our chart. That is the thing. So I hope it was useful, this discussion of relationship and all. So let me know if anyone has any further question. Then I will be more than happy to reply. 7th Lord Mars in Lagna. It depends on whether it is in Libra sign or Taurus sign. But anyways, it is in neutral sign. It shows that person can have a love marriage because 7th house is coming to the 1st house. That means your spouse is coming to you. So a person can have love marriage. It also shows that they can be center of attraction. They can easily attract people towards them. Third thing, it shows that as Mars represents dominance, as Mars represents aggression, relationship can be filled with aggression and dominance. Either they can be dominating or their partner can be dominating. So relationship can get spoiled here because of dominance. Again, relationship is tough. Even in this scenario where Saturn is nowhere impacting. Okay. But even in this scenario, relationship is tough. So this is something which the whole humanity needs to realize, that relationship is tough, will remain tough, and we need to deal with it. Okay. Any further question? I will just wait for a couple of minutes, then we will close. It's been 50 minutes. Wow, I didn't realize. Yeah. Nowadays, it is becoming difficult for me to have these regular sessions of ascendant FP live sessions. I will still try my best to have at least one session every week. Now, Mercury's Sun conjunction is Scorpio. Very secretive person, very much about research and occult related things. He can have lots of information, but relationship with father can see trouble. Relationship with sibling can see trouble. Okay, so but it is a good position for Sun. Uh, the career may have its instability, but if he goes into business, Sun is career, Mercury is business. So if they go into their own business, then it is, and it will be fine. More and more I go into consultations, more and more I see more and more charts. One thing I realized that there is a concept of Jiva Karaka and Ajiva Karaka. I have written an article on it. That concept is the best concept of astrology. It applies everywhere. Sun in Scorpio may not hurt your business than that much as it hurts your relationship uh, with your father or with your bosses. Okay, so it is everywhere. Means Saturn, even Saturn in fifth house or Saturn in seventh house may not hurt your business, but it will hurt your relationship. This is the crux of majority of consultations, that all the malefic planets are going to impact your Jiva Karakas more rather than a Jiva Karaka. Ketu in Cancer, it can make someone uh, detached, unemotional. Okay, uh, it can, yeah. It can make someone very detached. They can be separated from their mother. They can have their whole lot of emotional issues in their early childhood. Rahu in Lagna in Libra Ascendant, all about relationships, sir. Nothing else. Rahu in Lagna in Libra. Rahu is our obsession. Lagna is your life path. Libra is your relationship. So this person is all about a relationship. This person is obsessed about being in relationship, and that's how he realizes himself, his own identity. So this is what Rahu in Lagna is showing. Okay, but a relationship can be difficult, as it is difficult for everyone, because Rahu in Lagna means the Ketu is falling in the seventh house. So first of all, it will make you go towards a relationship, and then it will make you feel isolated in relationship. You will get into a relationship, and then you will think, where did I end up? Okay, so this is the conflict you need to deal with. So thanks a lot for all the comments and uh, questions. Let me know if you have any further question. I will be more than happy to reply. Thanks. Let's try to make another session soon for Scorpio Ascendant.